Welcome back to another episode, all. It's been a bit of time since I spoke about Asa Maass on the channel of FatheringAutism. Recently, he greatly amused me by something he said, and I would like to have a little discussion about it. Recently, on some of his videos, he goes saying things like, all the crap we've got to deal with. Oh, you're just a collector of haters. And so on. But these phrases that he uses, like, all the crap, I've got the strong feeling he's never experienced it. Especially considering what he does. And I've even got the feeling he's got no idea about the crap he puts all over us who are autistic. He goes claiming the autistic community is crapping all over him, but actually it's him crapping all over us. Actually. Now, let's get down into going why. Asa Maass is a strong supporter of applied behaviour analysis. Applied behaviour analysis craps all over the autistic community. It despitefully uses us and is a money scam. So, how is despitefully using 2-year-olds, doing behaviour modification, manipulation, teaching them that they've got to do what everyone else tells them to do, ignoring their emotions, and all the other stuff in ABA. How exactly is that not crapping all over his daughter? Whereas daughter gets so overstimulated and so on, whereas daughter wants a bit of time alone, but he just craps all over his daughter's desires. How is that not him crapping on people? And also, doing this to an autistic person who's resisting it is actually very painful. So, it's not just crap, it is actually abuse, what he is doing. Anyone who goes promoting ABA is in direct association with what's called the Behaviour Analyst Certification Board. And some of you may have heard of a place called the Judge Rottenberg Centre. The Judge Rottenberg Centre and the Behaviour Analyst Certification Board are in direct association and are partners with each other. The BACB, which Asa sustains by supporting ABA, he sustains the Judge Rottenberg Centre, and just during the last decade, 6 children have been killed in the Judge Rottenberg Centre through electroshock therapy by giving the shock to all these little kids. Now, how is that not Asa crapping over these autistic kids in the Judge Rottenberg Centre? The Judge Rottenberg Centre only survives if the BACB survives, and the BACB survives because Asa promotes ABA. So he's crapping all over these children who are getting given electronic shocks. Then, also, the BACB is in direct association with a group called Autism Speaks, Susan Wright and Bob Wright. You most likely know that Asa Maass is a child exploiter, has exploited his daughter throughout the whole thing. And guess what the 2 founders of Autism Speaks did? Exploited their autistic grandson. They did child exploitation as well. Their grandson at about the age of 2 or 3 is all over advertisements out to the public without consent as a 3-year-old. Couldn't give them consent for it. A 3-year-old probably doesn't even know what these adverts are. And they're all over. By Autism Speaks as inspiration porn. So Asa Maass crapping inspiration porn all over us, supporting and sustaining electroshock therapy, shocking all these autistic kids, doing all this abusive applied behaviour analysis, overstimulating his daughter, and so on, causing depression, great anxiety, all the pain that the sensory overload causes. Oh, what crap he's giving towards us. Then, Asa Maass, you see him using some jigsaw piece logo. This jigsaw piece does more harm than people assume, because this jigsaw piece is actually the logo of Autism Speaks. So anyone who does all this iconography of the jigsaw piece promotes Autism Speaks, and Autism Speaks does eugenics. It actually wants to terminate all autistic people from the earth. It wishes autistic people did not exist. And that is just so against the bioethical standards of the science community. To go wishing that a legitimate group of people are not worthy of life. And guess where this takes us down? It takes us to the Nazi Holocaust. This is precisely what they were doing, the Nazis in Germany, attempting to eliminate individuals with intellectual disability, autism, gypsies, the LGBTQ community, blind people, deaf people, trying to eliminate all of them, all the Jews, and this is direct association with that. How is Nazism not crapping all over autistic people, doing that to us, actually supporting it? And I've got a feeling a lot of you out there don't know what the jigsaw piece actually means. The jigsaw piece, it was founded by the National Autistic Society, but you'll find that the National Autistic Society has changed its logo altogether. It doesn't use the jigsaw piece anymore, because the National Autistic Society changed its attitude, and rather than actually standing against autistic people, it now supports autistic people, as autistic people who work for the National Autistic Society. But in Autism Speaks and so on, nah, they don't support autistic people. They want to eliminate us. They wish we didn't exist. They even describe us as an infectious epidemic disease. Now, what if we described you as that? As some kind of disease that is infecting the world around you? As some child abductor, where you're going around and abducting everyone's children? Oh, it's not very kind language, is it? What they do. And look, Asa Maass is sustaining all of this. And he's doing it all over us. Where he goes talking about the mass media and so on. On his mass media, Asa Maass media, he does tons of inspiration porn. Goes treating his daughter like his daughter's thick and stupid. Like autistic kids, as if they're just thick and stupid kids. He's always done that throughout his whole channel. But no, his daughter is actually very smart. She's not the thick and stupid person I see commenters describing her as. She does not have the mentality of an 18-month-old. So I don't know how people come to that conclusion. All this developmental delay and so on is based upon statistical fiction. Just because someone can't do a certain skill or ability at a certain age, that doesn't mean they're never going to be able to do it. From what you see his daughter doing in the videos, you can tell that she understands. Just because someone can't speak, that doesn't mean that they can't understand what you're saying to them. As a bit of evidence of this is where Abigail's mother, Priscilla, told her to close the door, she immediately closed the door, showing that she understood exactly what her mother was saying, and she knew exactly how to do that. When it came to sweeping up and so on, doing a bit of cleaning up, she directly does it. So clearly she's not some 18-month-old. She's not some thick and stupid 18-year-old, as people talk about her as. So those your fans saying, oh, she's got the mentality of an 18-month-old, that's you lot crapping all over Abigail. You're crapping all over an autistic girl who is now a legal adult. How is that kind of you lot to crap all over his daughter? How is it kind of him to exploit his daughter? How is child exploitation acceptable? I would say it's certainly not. Anyway, back to the jigsaw piece part. He really promotes that symbol. And guess what that symbol actually means? Autistic people, us, we are not real humans. We're not humans. That's what the jigsaw piece means. More racist logos, which continue from, as Asa promotes, the eugenics movement. The white people actually believed that black people are not humans. That's right. The British, where I live, where Francis Galton, who popularised the eugenics in the 19th century, we actually went to a particular island of a separate race called the Tasmanians, and they murdered that entire race. They treat this race like animals, and they didn't see anything immoral about it. As recently as the 1980s, as recently as that, there was still forced sterilisation. But no, we don't want black people giving birth. Black people are still described as subhumans, being put into the wrong kind of education system, where the education system thought that black people prevented white people from learning. What delusional conclusions these are. Do you really think this came from a scientific perspective? Or do you think it was all racism? Of how blacks are treated, how autistics are treated, and of how Asa's doing all this crap on the autistic community, sustaining it. We see that he makes all the money out of his daughter. Susan Wright and Bob Wright, they made all their money out of their grandson. Child exploitation again. And Autism Speaks always has been a hate group. It's never been a support charity. It's just always been about hating autistic people, especially self-advocacy networks and so on. So by him supporting Autism Speaks, the BACB, the Judge Rottenberg Centre, by promoting ABA, we've got autistic people saying that ABA is absolutely abusive, harmful. We've got other scientists saying ABA is abusive, it's harmful, it's ineffective in the long run, and so on. So why does he continue to promote it when no one outside of ABA agrees ABA is effective? So why is he crapping all this ABA to go on to future generations? The more appropriate models are things like DIR floor time, as it is actually rooted in the science of human development and about developing relationships. The same with music therapy and so on. That's more to do with relationships, emotional regulation. But you see, all Asa Maass cares about is the surface. All he cares about is external behaviour. He doesn't seem to care much about his daughter's biology, the biophysical factors of behaviour. And this is why scientists say that behaviourists are ridiculous, because they neglect every other science discipline. So out of all the discoveries that have been made in biology, physiology, neurology, and so on, all of that knowledge is just pushed aside and neglected by ABA, when that could provide us some great information to providing better interventions. So why doesn't Asa want better interventions for autistic kids if he actually supports us? So clearly Asa does not support the autistic community, he hates us. Now, where Asa talks about his haters, basically, this is the part which is so amusing. A comment. In a comment section of a YouTube video. That's hatred. Compare with that to eugenics, the Nazis, and so on. Autism Speaks, the Judge Rottenberg Centre, all what he promotes. Who's the more hateful one? Child exploitation. Which one's more hateful? A comment or actually killing people? And promoting of eliminating a legitimate group of people? Which one is more hateful? Asa, with all he's promoting, claiming we're not humans. Or just some little comment saying that he's abusing his daughter. When that's the plain truth, he is abusing his daughter. Child exploitation in and of itself is abuse. And where Asa goes telling you all, oh, ABA works. Ask yourself, works to do what? He's been doing this for about 12 years. So if ABA works to make someone independent, why isn't his daughter independent? He's been doing it for 12 years. So that doesn't seem like it's working to me. And what have the other scientists said? It's ineffective in the long run. It's harmful in the process. So as he sustains all these ideas like autism's a social problem, it's an epidemic disease, or all this propaganda that Autism Speaks preaches, as he supports that sustains autism, getting these advertisements saying things like, the cost of autism. I would say people are rather blinded there. You've got to think to yourself, when cost is involved, it's more like a vending machine. You've got the payer, but the vending machine's receiving all the money. And then who gets the money out of the vending machine? Now, say if you're one of the donators, for example, you're the one putting money in. Now, that's rather going to lead to bankrupting you. But those who receive the money and get it put in their bank accounts, do you think they're moaning and groaning about these billions of dollars going towards their bank accounts? No. This is why Bob Wright still preaches this propaganda. He wants you all to continue donating. And Asa supports this. He wants you all to continue donating to his channel, which is why he doesn't help his daughter. Because if he helps his daughter will become able to give consent, and so on. Or not give consent, deny it, and actually speak for herself. And that's it, his channel's gone down. Because we can all say, Abigail does not want to do all of this. She doesn't want to be on all these videos. She doesn't want to be on the camera all the time. We can tell she doesn't like it. So Asa knows that if it was up to Abigail would say no. But he doesn't want her to be able to learn to do that. Because if he does so, that's it, everything falls. Everything in his life. So when it comes to who he calls his haters, nah, Asa does not have haters compared to those of us who are actually autistic. Think about the mass media even, what gets put on the television. Where we get things like this Science movie, where we get things like the Big Bang Theory of Sheldon Cooper, particularly representing an autistic person, but the producers of the film misrepresent those of us who are autistic. So we've got inspiration porn all over the entertainment. We've got organisations wanting to eliminate us, go back to the Nazi Holocaust. We've got people wanting to do eugenics all over us. We've got people wanting to do genetic engineering on us. We've got people who absolutely hate us, our behaviour. We've got people who hate our perspectives. We've got people using us to make money for themselves. I would say that's more hateful compared to some comment in a comment section of a video. And just back to Autumn Speaks for a moment. The Light It Up Blue campaign, they claim autism awareness. But isn't autism awareness meant to be all year? Shouldn't we have awareness of it all the time? So why just for this odd month, week or day? Why not all year? Because if I did it all year, they wouldn't get anyone's attention with this Light It Up Blue campaign. But why do they do this Light It Up Blue campaign, claiming, give us some donations? Because what have they been receiving all year? All year, they've been getting donations already. So why are they asking for more? And when you know that does not go towards actually helping autistic people and their families, is that really the kind of charity you want to put money towards? Any of you who donate? Or would you actually rather help autistic people and their families? Would you actually rather have, if you're the parent of an autistic child, would you prefer it to have more options of how to help your children? As neurodiversity advocates are demanding, we want more options, such as things like DIR floor time, such as the SCARTS model, and the music therapy. We want these other interventions to be ensured, because there's evidence behind them. We've seen them successfully help autistic kids, and we would like you to have more options rather than just bribing and threatening your kids all the time. Because do you like bribing and threatening your kids? I doubt it. Only the control freaks want to bribe and threaten their kids. Good parents actually want to help their kids learn. ABA doesn't allow children to learn through exploring or anything. So look at all of the things that Asa Maass is promoting, especially through Autism Speaks, the BACB and the Judge Rottenberg Centre, and of how 6 children have been killed during the last decade, all through what Asa Maass supports. So, concerning haters, no one hates Asa whatsoever. He hasn't experienced any hatred. Compared to the hatred and all the autistic people experience, all the crap that we experience, those of us who are autistic adults, we've just gotten so used to it. It's been crapped all over. We're just so used to it now, as it's been getting done to us since the 40s. All the way from saying, the refrigerator mother theory, the triad of impairments, you've got a social impairment, but no, we don't actually. They just claim that because we're a minority, which is a logical fallacy also. So, Asa, if you're listening, don't you bother saying that people are crapping all over you. All the crap you've got to deal with. You've got nothing to deal with, Asa. Especially considering how much you crap all over your own daughter in order to make your own lifestyle. The lifestyle you've developed. Apparently I've heard that you were a Christian. Or actually are a Christian you claim yourself to be. Well, Asa, you don't seem to be a very good follower of Jesus Christ. So, Christian to Christian, Asa, the more I've actually come across and so on, the more I've given, where you and Priscilla talk about you give so much, the more I've given, Asa, the more meaningless the vain things of the earth have become to me. Things like money don't mean anything to me. Asa, such I got asked a question not long ago, what do you want for Christmas? But I couldn't think of a thing that I wanted. And when I do think about the things that I do want, they all seem to be something beneficial for other people. For example, as a disability activist, I want disabled people to be treated with equality. That's not just something being selfish of myself. I want equality in our society. I've been writing a book on so on, and we're in the process of someone editing it for me. And so on, where I've put the money towards that, in order to help other people realise the statistical fiction they're believing upon, and the propaganda, so that individuals, not just disabled people, but my book includes gender inequality, racism, sexism, ableism, capitalism, all the child exploitation you do, all the abuse in ABA, is what my book contains, so I haven't just stuck with disabled people, Asa. It shows that I actually care about all of them around me. So, where you're trying to change your fans, often, Asa, when you think there's something wrong with people, it's actually you were just seeing yourself. Really. You're just looking in the mirror. When you read these comments by people that you call hate comments, these are just the people telling you the truth about your actions. And it amuses me, Asa, when you exalt yourself, as the scriptures would say, where you go claim, oh, we're such amazing parents, oh, we've got these parenting rewards, and so on. Asa, since you're such a fan of ABA, you should know that ABA says pretty regularly, behaviour is communication. That means that your behaviour, Asa, is communicating something to us. Your behaviour tells us something. So, why do you need to tell us? I've seen a few videos on a channel called the Something Dad Challenge or something, where it does about multiple families who exploit their kids. And so on. I've seen a few videos done by him about you. And so on. And when he says that if you've got to say you're something, you are not the thing, I would say he's right there. He's right on that one, but I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with every single thing that this man says, but I do agree with that part, that if you've got to say you're something, you are not actually the thing. If you've got to keep preaching it out all the time. Because Asa, if you were this generous person, this brilliant father that you claim yourself to be, You wouldn't need to tell us your behaviour would tell us that. I've got so many friends and so on, but my friends don't come up to me and say, I'm such a kind person. My friends don't go saying these things about themselves. They don't tell me, oh, I'm such a friendly friend to you. Or I'm generous, I'm this, I'm that. My friends don't go saying these kind of things that you say. Yes, and that's how I know that they are actually genuinely kind and good people. Their behaviour tells me that they are kind. Not their words, but the way they treat me. They don't treat me as this second-class citizen like most of society. They don't neglect me like most of society neglects me. Asa, they actually genuinely and unconditionally accept me as who I am. We're not saying I've got to go masking and pretending to be someone I'm not. And that's why I know that they are genuinely good people. My friends from church, that they are genuinely good people. I know that my dad loves me because of his behaviour, the way he treats me. I know that he's a genuinely good person because of the way he treats others. For example, my dad doesn't get very concerned about the different points of view. My dad's main tradition is, if something makes someone happy, without hurting others, of course, just let them do it. So even though my dad's not religious like myself, my dad doesn't go trying to destroy and discourage me from being a member of a church. Because my dad can say, I like being a member of the church of Jesus Christ. He sees that I've got good friends there. They're very genuinely good people. Once I allowed him to meet them. So my dad's perfectly fine with that. He don't try to crush and make everyone agree with him. So you shouldn't need to say these things, oh, we got these parenting rewards, we got this, oh, we give to the homeless, we do this, we do that. Lots of people give to the homeless, Asa. Lots of people give to those who are in hunger and thirst. Lots of people give to those who are homeless. But they don't go bribing or anything about it. They don't go bragging. They just do it because they are genuinely kind people. They actually are generous. So Asa, stop lying about yourself and actually be the person you claim you are. So stop exploiting your daughter. Stop crapping all over the autistic community. Or from my view, stop crapping on anyone, including those who come to you for help. So you stop it with your crap, Asa. You are rather just like, since you were a Christian, you're just like the Pharisees. You are. We can call you a latter-day Pharisee, we could say. So you might want to get a bit like Peter in the Christian Bible, as Peter was a Pharisee, but Peter became a disciple of Jesus Christ. So why not try and be a follower of Jesus Christ since you went through seminary and so on? Actually follow the teachings and so on of being a good person, of loving your daughter, which will mean not exploiting her. So if you are a Christian, Asa, start acting like one, improving your discipleship. If you made it this far, thank you for listening.